Oh, okay. Here's to another demo set, folks. Let's see how we go with this one. There's that mechanical noise again, that low-pitched sound. It's gone. Just might have heard it a bit. Goes again. Wondering how big we're going to make this. Going 141.4. Oh, this user interface is a pain. It's a real pain. I'm just going to make it a little less contrasty. Going to lighten it up. This photocopier sounds like shit, folks. It's like when I turn it on, it just makes these awful mechanical noises. The noises seem to get less as I move into my session of doing my demos, but it's not an acceptable way that a machine should sound, especially when it's done way under its duty cycle. So I'm not happy with Konica Minolta, bitches, money fuckers. Anyway, what have we got? We got here, this is out of a Chinese real estate, and this is a really nice piece of someone's property. Someone with a lot of money can afford to buy a piece of land like that. Very pretty. It's a shame the rich get all the good things and the people who are not so rich get shit. It's not fucking fair, folks. Now the world has to be that way, and the rich people are very undeserving of good things, and yet they're the ones that get everything, often at the expense of the poor. So I'm not happy with the way the world is, folks, and I'm sure the man who runs Konica Minolta, Shohei Yamana, has a really good life, a very cushy sort of a life. He might find his job stressful and he may not enjoy what he does, but he sure has a lot of money. I'm sure he's flushed with cash. But he wouldn't give a fuck about the poor people, I'm sure. He's an asshole. And this looks really nice. We're going to push it up a bit. But he's an asshole. He just cares about money, and it shows in the workmanship of this kind of equipment that I have. You know, you can tell it's just not, it doesn't sound all that good. You know, when you got those mechanical noises, you know something's not quite right. And it doesn't sound very professional, you know, it doesn't sound like it's been well thought of. Fortunately, this machine hasn't broken down yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did break down because of these noises are like a symptom of something going to happen that's not so good. Anyway, that looks really nice. That's a really nice looking picture. I'm wondering where the centre of this job is going to be. I think that's going to make a good central part of this nice looking piece of land. Let's see how we go. But yeah, people who are rich can afford pretty much almost anything their heart desires. And you know, people starve and people are on the streets and people just can't even survive. They die. And yet these rich people, these scumbags of society, they're the real scumbags, and they're the ones that win. They're the ones that grin. And basically, they don't have any kind of conscience, you know. You get all these grassroots organisations on the street constantly trying to get money for the poor and the underprivileged, and I really get angry because I get approached as well, but I don't have enough money to give to these grassroots or NGOs. I haven't got money for that sort of thing. If I was rich, that would be different, but I'm not rich. So I have to fucking well explain that they should be aiming at the rich people, but the rich people normally are so fucking greedy and self-centered, they're not going to bother. So they turn to other people that are softer targets than the rich. And they usually don't have as much money as the rich. But if the rich gave 10% each of their earnings, we would have a better world. You know, people wouldn't go hungry. People wouldn't live on the street or freeze. So it's just so unfair the way the world has been rigged, and the rich people rig the world. Yes, everything's rigged, folks. It's rigged in favour of the rich, and fuck the poor, and the middle class people, well, they follow the rich and they consume the products, and they don't think that maybe their consumption is excessive, or it's not good for the planet, or it's just plain unnecessary. So yeah, the rich have just got to fucking get their finger out and think beyond their fucking bank balance and maybe help other people. But no, they're not. They're fuckwits. But this is a nice looking picture. Whew, I think now we can call it quits.